tortured souls, so outrageous the toll.
Well, Silent Hill 2 is the best, huh?
Yeah,
They tried to jump scare us with a Pop-Tart.
they did.
Jump scare with a Pop-Tart.
It was a Pop-Tart. Yeah.
It's one of the things this movie did the whole time is jump scares. Any
Yeah.
moment that could have been a bit better without a jump scare.
Yeah. And it always had that noise too, like every single jump scare had to have the jump scare noise.
Yeah, like within, when Heather sees the rabbit and it does the jump scare, I really want to know what made that noise. Did the rabbit
It's
go,
like, yeah. And that was like 2 seconds into the movie. It's like, rabbit jump scare. For like the first jump scare in the movie, it's a rabbit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like Silent Hill 3. It begins with the dream and stuff, and she sees the rabbit, but, it's all downhill from there. Then they do the dream within a dream. Everything has to do that now. That was annoying.
Yeah.
And, this is basically Silent Hill 3, but, the movie's messed up version of it.
Yeah.
And it's the second movie.
So really, it has no business being Silent Hill 3 if it's the second movie anyway, but that's sort of beyond the point at this point.
Well, you know what I think they want to do with their, setup with Sean Bean towards the end? They do sequel baiting with Sean Bean. He just goes, I'm going to go find Rose towards the end. I think they're trying to set up kind of Silent Hill 2 for Silent Hill 3 with Sean Bean
just have
kind
it
of in the
backwards.
chain. Yeah.
It's
That's what I think they're trying to do with
man.
that. It was really bad sequel baiting. At the very end, we're going to talk about the end at the start.
Yeah.
Sean Bean just goes, I've got to go find my wife. So, Heather, you leave. Vincent, take care of her.
Yeah.
I don't know who you are at all, Vincent.
Yeah, and he's like, I don't really think I have to. That was pretty good. And he's like, okay, I'm okay with that. Don't take care of her then.
Yeah.
I'm going away now.
Vincent, who was part of the cult in their games, he's Heather's sort of boyfriend through this thing, and he becomes her sort of boyfriend because he's totally in love with her because he talked to her for 5 minutes.
Yep. And he's like, I walked you home, now we're in love.
Yeah. It's like, the police are after you, and there's blood on the wall. Can you drive me to Silent Hill? Yeah, okay. And then it's just like, I was part of the cult anyway, but I love you, so I don't want you to go to Silent Hill.
Because, I've known you for a couple of hours. That means everything I've ever known my entire life is a lie.
Yeah. It's like, what did she do except act snotty towards him?
It's like, I know you can't be bad. You blew me up and wouldn't give me your number, and then you took a gun and were accused for murder and ran off with me.
Yeah.
There's no way you're evil.
Yeah, I feel like I know you better than anyone at this point, really.
Pretty much. No, it was that she was innocent, that's it.
Yeah.
That's even better.
There's no need to turn Vincent into a boyfriend. That's not even remotely what he was in the game.
Yeah.
And, the Vincent in the game, he has that comment where the monsters, he says, monsters? They look like monsters to you? Maybe hinting that they're people. But, it's always vague in the games whether that's true or not. But in this one, we see monsters are people who get transformed, so they're monsters, I guess, after. But it's just, I don't get it. Yeah. We see this woman on a...
very well.
Yeah. We see this woman on a table who turns into a mannequin.
Yes.
What?
And the mannequin spider comes out and pulls her head off.
That was wonderful CGI. Huh?
Oh yeah, that was pretty impressive. And then she rescues that other girl for no reason at all.
Yeah. Heather keeps meeting people who die immediately.
Yeah.
There's just this girl in the mannequin shop that she goes to.
She's like, I took a wrong turn and I was here, and then she gets killed.
Yeah.
And that was her entire part in the whole movie. Oh look, I'm about to get killed. I'm gonna run for 2 seconds. I got killed anyway. Never explained.
No.
Never looked back at again.
But she was good. And,
Yeah.
you know, pretty much the same thing happened with Douglas, you know, who's a major character in the actual game. Here it's just like, he comes, he says, no, he found Heather and found who she really was for the cult, who can get people out of Silent Hill, which, you know, they showed they were stuck in Silent Hill in the first movie, but in this one they're changing that. They can get out if they like carve the halo of the sun into their chest and do a sacrifice or something.
Yeah.
So I don't know who else got out. I assume more than Vincent, unless
don't
he
know.
hired Douglas to track down Heather. It's like, okay, sure. But anyway, he finds her for the cult, and then well, yeah, there had to have been someone else because someone you know,
Yeah.
grabbed Sean Bean and took him to
Yeah, I
Silent Hill.
suppose there's no explanation for that. It was just another jump scare.
Yeah, someone did it. Some shadow jump
Yeah.
scare.
It's like, oh, the door's wiggling. I better take the back door. That's
was
your only
another
explanation.
Pop-Tart first. Pop-Tarts are coming to Silent Hill.
Yep.
But yeah, they can get out. They hired Douglas. He meets up with Heather at the mall like he did in the game. But then he just dies.
Yeah.
Like, he says, he comes and tells Heather, like, I tracked you down for the call, but I need to tell you because I don't trust them anymore. Why? I don't know. I'm dead.
Yeah. And then she's wanted for his murder, and that's never followed up on.
No. I assume she went back and immediately got arrested and went to jail.
Apparently. It's like, okay, everything's better now, except we completely forgot about the fact that you're wanted for murder.
Yeah. No, that's okay.
It's like, yeah.
Sean Bean.
We'll just explain Silent Hill to the police.
Yeah.
Fix it.
It's like, we thought all the cult members were dead at the end of the first movie, so it's like, because we're pretty sure they're dead at this whole time, Sean Bean will just leave Heather on her own, like she can take care of herself, man.
No, totally.
Oh.
Yeah.
And the most literal jaw-dropping moment in this film, like, I'm not joking, I was like this the whole time it happened. Pyramid Head became a good guy.
Yes. For no good reason at all. At the end of the movie, it's like, oh no, we're in trouble. Who's gonna save the day? Here comes Pyramid Head.
A big battle between Pyramid Head and Claudia, and she gets turned into a saw blade face thing because Heather can do that with the seal of Metatron in this.
Yeah.
It's not very explained.
No, it's just sort of like, I want to see your true form. Take it. And then she turns into that, and it's like, oh no, she looks threatening. Oh, good thing Pyramid Head's here to save us.
I like that Claudia did that too. It's like, oh, it's your real form, take it, and it starts glowing. It's like, I bet that's safe. Oh, I can't believe it wasn't.
Yep.
Idiot. But Claudia, you know, you really hate her through Silent Hill 3 because she does stuff like she gets Harry killed, and you know she has multiple interactions with Heather, and she's well developed. Here, Heather and her have a few minutes before, you know, she turns into Sawblade face and Pyramid Head fights her.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, that just, and there's no real explanation for that either, because he was just sort of the only reason he was in the movie was to push a merry-go-round, essentially.
Yeah. What makes the merry-go-round? Pyramid Head.
Yeah. Oh man.
It's almost like they kind of made him Val Teal from 3, who is like just this thing you would see, you know, turning gears and stuff in the background of a lot of parts of 3 if you really looked for him.
Yeah.
You know, that's kind of like what they had Pyramid Head doing in this for a lot. And I liked when he's going down that asylum hallway and the people have their arms
They have their
out.
arms out, so he just starts hacking them away like twigs or something. Like he's got bushes in the way of them. They just keep their arms out anyway.
That's what I liked the best.
Like, the guy's just like, my arms!
Like, but if I keep my arms out, what's he gonna do?
So
Give me ice cream? Oh no, come on, don't do it.
Yeah, who are obviously not very bright, but I guess they were asylum inmates. Still, you'd think they'd have some sort of gut reaction to seeing someone else have their arms sliced off.
You think at least that. They
Yeah.
seemed well coordinated at the start to all jump
Yeah.
out at the same time.
And he really
try
had
to
no purpose
scare
or
her.
explanation for being there at that point, and no consequence other than let's have a scene where it has him hacking the arms off like bushes or something.
Well, yeah, they just wanted to put Pyramid Head again. You know, the same reason that he's in any other game than 2 is just to have him there because he was popular.
Pretty much.
It's just weak.
Yeah. Or he makes a good hero.
Yeah.
And that was like the climax of the movie. Check it out! Pyramid Head saves the day!
Oh, no. That's the worst.
Yeah.
I wish he just they made it completely stupid and he came in with Pop-Tarts and
Yes!
Pop-Tarts.
Yeah, that would be pretty good.
Jump scared them with Pop-Tarts.
Yeah.
Pop-Tart jump scare.
Oh, and there was the hug. The hug part was pretty good.
Yeah, the big showdown of Heather and Alessa, and this comes down to Heather knowing Hug Fu.
Yeah. It's just like, oh, I'm going to hug you, and then eventually I absorb something because it makes you crumble.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's like, I'm crumbling. No, you're crumbling. No, you're crumbling. Oh, you crumbled. I win. It's pretty much.
Yeah, the actual dialogue they share, it's so,
there wasn't much to it. It's like, oh, sister, daughter, blah, blah,
Self.
blah. Yeah.
Because,
I gave you a chance, but then you came back, so I'm just gonna absorb you.
Yeah. She says, I'm gonna take back what I gave you, and then she starts, forming normal skin, and Heather starts going crumbly like Alessa.
Yeah.
It's so... What? She can just do that? Heather's supposed to be the good half of her soul, basically. And she, split her off for a reason. But no, she can just switch.
So does that mean that Heather absorbed the bad part of her soul? Even though it didn't really follow up on it.
I know. I thought maybe she did the same thing Rose did in the first one. You remember she absorbed Alessa to bring her into the church?
Yeah.
And then that's when all the cult members in that one died. I thought it was the same thing, and unless she just channeled Alessa into the sealed Metatron, and that's why it killed or turned Claudia into a monster.
I guess maybe, I don't know. I kind of thought it might have had something to do with her having the seal, was why she was able to
hug
her. Yeah, but it didn't show it or anything, so it's sort of implied. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, it wasn't explained very well at all. It just kind of happened for no good reason. Yeah. It was just like, I'm gonna grab you, well, I'm gonna hug you, I win.
It's all just so weak.
Yeah.
It's a weak retelling of Silent Hill 3, and then you get relationships in there for no reason other than they want them to have a relationship.
Pretty much.
And it's just shittily developed.
Yeah. It wasn't explained at all. It's sort of... Everything just kind of happened.
Mm-hmm. There's a couple moments where it gets quieter, and the movie has good visuals.
Yeah,
and you could see if it had a better story, you could get into this, but it's so sloppy.
Yeah, it was weird.
Mm-hmm. Pop-Tarts Pyramid Head. I don't know.
Pretty much that sums up the whole movie.
Yeah. It's not worth seeing. They did it again. They made a movie that looks good, but it is a crappy, crappy story.
And I bet everyone will be surprised to hear it.
Yeah. I thought this one would be good.
Oh, no.
The sequel to the crappy movie was crappy? You're kidding. Wow. Except for the apologists for that movie. They'll be mad. I'm sure
they'll probably figure some reason.
Yeah. It was good because...
no, really, Pyramid Head would make a great hero.
Yeah. I was just waiting for Pyramid Head to put on the suit at the end of Smallville, and he can fly off. Pyramid Head was Superman the whole time. I'll regenerate into you.
No!
Survive. You must have the will.
Oh wait, I'm probably supposed to like that if that would happen. Because then I can take over the show again.
Yeah.
Or not.